ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देव्यै गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हरे कृष्ण। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Hello friends, welcome to this lecture. So we have studied or tried to study Brahma Samhita. I have just given an introduction to that. What does Brahmaji say? We try to read the shloka. Brahmaji says in Brahma Samhita, see how we are going to know or how we will come to know about what Brahmaji says. First we will see what Brahmaji says, then we will try to explore that. ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम. What does Brahmaji say? Ishvara Parama Krishna. Brahmaji says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. This is chanted by Brahmaji. Brahmaji chants this. What do you mean by chanting? Because this is a mantra. When you say something about a mantra, mantra is chanted. Because when Brahmaji glorifies or says something good about the God, and we say the same thing from our mouth, the energy, because God can hear our prayers. When God hears our prayers, it gives us the energy. So we can chant this as a mantra. Ishvara Paramah Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. This has been told by Lord Brahmaji. First we will try to understand how we are going to or how we will come to know about the knowledge of God. So naturally we have to go to religious or spiritual books. can a human being understand God? His soul is having, as I have told you, so contaminated that he is in this world which is made for suffering. His soul is so contaminated that he has got a human body which is having very limited powers. Very, very, very limited powers. Think of catching a train at 8:30. Some people might, some people may not. Morning 8:30 train, you think from the night, you plan from the night that tomorrow morning I have to catch the 8:30 train so that I will reach my office properly. Is that wish completed? You have to work hard for that. You have to get up early, take bath early, have breakfast early, leave the house at 7:30, 7:45, stand in the queue for rickshaw, get a rickshaw, then climb staircases. Nowadays it is escalators. Previously we have to climb staircases, go to the proper platform, stand in front of the proper bogie, and then board the train amid of a big rush. A big crowd, so much effort for just to fulfill our wish of catching a train of 8:30. So much efforts. So just to complete a particular wish, we have to take so much efforts. Why? Because his soul is contaminated. For every small thing, we have to drink a cup of chai, tea. Either we have to prepare it or go to a hotel, spend some money. Okay. So everything, for every smallest thing, you have to do efforts. And even for doing those efforts, you are having lot of problems to do those efforts. I will not go much in detail because see, in tomorrow morning if you decide 8:30 train, there is a possibility you get up at 8:30. And how are you going to catch the 8:30 train? So what to do? So we have to find some main power source of our soul. What is the main power source? And who can tell this? Not a simple soul like us. Not a degraded soul like us. It can be told by God, an advanced soul, who is having advanced powers, so that he will gain advanced knowledge. And when he gets advanced knowledge with advanced powers, because of advanced powers, when he gets advanced knowledge, and that when he tells me, now I can try to believe that. See, for example, my friend, I got hurt. He told me, you take a mud, not mud, a mud, but a mud. Take mud from the floor, from the garden, and apply that mud on your wound. He thinks that is the solution. I have gone to MD doctor who is advanced knowledge in that particular field. That doctor told me, never think of doing that. He applied a Dettol, iodine or some iodine and done a proper bandage, and now I am feeling okay. So we have to go to advanced knowledge person, expert person. And for spiritual knowledge, why to get to a common man? How he is going to tell you? So we have to go to an advanced person. advanced spiritual person, advanced spiritual soul, the soul which is totally spiritually advanced, and who is the God as per spirituality. So we all agree that Brahmaji is a spirituality person. He is a spiritual person. He is not like person like you and me. We are material persons. We are the person in Maya. But Brahmaji has gone out of Maya. Because he is advanced soul, spiritually advanced soul, he is spiritually advanced person. So we can definitely say that he is the authorized person to tell me something about spirituality and God. That is why I am referring Brahmaji. I would have referred to an American writer. I would have referred to an sage in this world. There are many preachers, top class preachers, top class sadhus, with all respects to them. But what is my view? Yeah, I am an expert. I am an intelligent person. So I have to think whether the same level of person can explain me about God. In Vedas it is said, no one can explain God. Remember. Those who say that they can explain what is God, actually they are not able to understand what is God. But those persons who say that they don't know God, it means they know God. That is been said in Vedas. So nobody can claim that they know God if they really know the God. The persons who really know the God, they will say, I am a smallest person to explain what is God. I cannot explain what is God. Even though we try to know something from the preachers, at least we have to ask them the reference. From where you got this knowledge? A person telling me to apply the mud on my wound, did I ask his certificate? No. But when I am going to a doctor as an intelligent person, I read the board, yeah, he is MD. And now I can believe on him. So he should be intelligently advanced. Or the person should refer to me to an intelligently advanced person. So if I am a friend of yours, a good friend of yours, I cannot ask you to go here and there. I will have to ask you to go to a proper authority who has a proper knowledge and who is advanced in spirituality. That is why I have referred you to Brahmaji. Brahmaji is God. He is the creator of this universe. He is not in a Tom, Dick and Harry. He is the creator of this universe. Every person in Hindu religion knows, or in any other religion also, he is recognized as a creator of this universe. If this is his post, this is his advancement, so definitely he must be having very great knowledge. So I am referring to him. Now we will try to understand how Brahmaji came to know about this. When Brahmaji when Brahmaji came in this world, or he was evolved, incarnated, at that time he was evolved from the navel of Lord Vishnu. He was incarnated from the navel of Lord Vishnu. When he was evolved or incarnated from the navel of Lord Vishnu in a lotus flower, at that time he was not having any knowledge. And when he was evolved or incarnated, at that time he was thinking, okay, I am in the dark. I don't know who I am. So when a person tries to understand the basics of the problem, first he should understand who I am. Even Brahmaji did the same thing. He was in total darkness. He wanted to understand who I am. So what he did, he tried to travel inside the stem of the lotus flower. If you have seen some Lord Vishnu's images about how Brahmaji was evolved, you must have seen that from the navel there is a stem, and on the top of the stem there is a flower of lotus, and on that lotus Brahmaji is residing or sitting. When Brahmaji was evolved, he was in total darkness. He was looking for his origin. So he tried to travel through the stem to find out where is the root. We understand the stem of a flower goes to the branches of a tree, and then from branches of the tree we go to the root. Same thing he tried to do. He tried to sorry for the disturbance. He tried to find out his origin. He went deeper and deeper and deeper through the stem for so many years. For so many years he was searching for his origin. Yeah, where is my origin? Where is my root? I can tell you my root. My name is Vinayak Badve. Naturally, my father is Sharat Badve. My mother is Sudha Badve, Shri Sharat Badve and Smith Sudha Badve. Both are my parents. I can tell you my origin. But Brahmaji couldn't find that origin. So he was searching. After a lot of search, he came on the lotus flower. He came again on the lotus flower, came out of that stem, started resting on the lotus flower, and then he started crying. He started crying, what should I do? What is my job? What are my duties? And why was I evolved? In some books it is written, he was asked to do tapascharya. Tapascharya means austerity. Tapasya means chanting the name day and night without food and water. He was asked to do tapasya. Tapa, tapa, tapa was the words in his ears. He did lot of tapasya for many years. After doing the tapasya, all the knowledge of Vedas were evolved in his heart. When the knowledge of Vedas were evolved in his heart, he became Dvija. Dvija means now he became Brahmana, a Brahmin. There are many people that we say or may say that they are Brahmanas. But first they should know, do they know Vedas? Spiritually speaking, just because you are a Brahmana by birth, okay, we have to think twice. Are they right or wrong? But if a Brahmana knows Vedas also, then I can say authoritatively that he is a Brahmana. So Brahmaji got the knowledge of Vedas. The knowledge of Vedas was evolved in his heart. When he got the knowledge of Vedas, he became a Dvija. Remember this carefully. See, this is before creation. Only just Brahmaji has incarnated or evolved or came into existence, in other words. If these two words are becoming difficult, when Brahmaji came into existence, he didn't find the root of existence. And so he was searching for how his existence was created. And then the tapa was chanted in his ears. So he did lot of tapasarya, lot of austerities, penance. He did lot of penance for many years without food and water. So then he became Dvija. When he became Dvija, when all the knowledge of Vedas was in his heart, when he became full knowledge of Vedas, then he chanted Brahma Samhita. Now why Vedas was given to him? How will he create? Unless and until you don't know Vedas, unless and until Brahmaji doesn't know Vedas, how he is going to create this material world? He has to know all the Vedas. You must be knowing Vedas in 4 types: Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharvaved. These are 4 types of Vedas. We will come to that later on. But when Vedas were involved in Brahmaji's heart, at that time he became Dvija, and at that time he chanted this Brahma Samhita. He was enlightened, in other words, of Vedas. Unless and until you are not enlightened about what you are, or who am I thing is not enlightened in your mind or intelligence, till that you will not be worrying about knowing all this. That is why I have given 3-4 lectures for the soul. Your intelligence should know that before the creation, Brahmaji had knew Vedas, and because he knew Vedas, he chanted Brahma Samhita. What he said the first line? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Now why he chanted about Krishna? Why he didn't say Ishvara Parama Vishnu, Ishvara Parama Shiva, Ishvara Parama Durga, Ishvara Parama... No. He said Ishvara Parama Krishna. Because all the knowledge which was evolved in his heart is because of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna gave him this knowledge in his heart. Lord Krishna evolved that knowledge in his heart. It is only because of Lord Krishna that I am not saying, that Brahmaji is saying. Simple thing, if the Vedas were told by Shiva, would Brahmaji take the name of Krishna? If the Vedas were told by Lord Vishnu, would Brahmaji take the name of Krishna? He would have taken the name of Vishnu. He would have taken either the name of Shiva or the name of Vishnu. He wouldn't have taken the name of Krishna. And believe me, I am speaking about God Brahma, who is God. spiritually very advanced soul, no contamination, advancedly advanced, fully pure. No contamination means fully pure. That advanced soul, when he gets the knowledge from someone, he will speak about the person from whose he has received the knowledge. Why will he take other person's name? So he is the authorized Lord of Vedas. That also we come to know from that. The authorized Lord of Vedas is Lord Krishna. The root of Vedas is Lord Krishna. The origin of Vedas is Lord Krishna. That when Brahmaji came to know, oh, who is the root, who is the origin? And this is called the final enlightenment of a human perfection. These things you can understand only in human body. And right now you are doing that. Brahmaji came to know about his origin. That was the time when he came to know about the root. That was the time when he came to know who is the having the full knowledge. That was the time when he came to know the root of the knowledge. That was the time when he came to know who is the controller. He has done lot of penance. So, to know who is the ruler, to know who is the controller, to know who is the root, to know who is the knowledge, to know all the Vedas, you have to do so much of penance. So much of penance. Lot of tapa, lot of austerities. But there are some past good deeds available in our soul. We have done something good in our previous births. We have definitely done some puja for Devi Devatas also. Even that has added to our good deeds. So I normally say, we are going to Devi Devata, I don't mind. Why? Because there will be the reason, those good deeds will be the reason for you to understand who is your origin. The creator Brahma says his origin was Lord Krishna. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna. That is why I am referring you to Brahma Sahita. I have read some books. I have read some spiritual books. When I say I have read some books, I am saying that I have read some spiritual books. From that spiritual books, I have got the knowledge of Brahma Sahita. Now, what do you mean by Sahita? That we will try to understand. Sahita is actually collection of verses. Verses means shloka. The Vedas have been divided into 4 styles of texts. In Vedas, there are 4 styles of texts. What are those 4 styles that we have understood? The Sahitas, the Brahmanas, the Aryankas, and the Upanishads. We will try to learn the Sahitas. So Sahitas is not outside of Vedas. Don't worry. This Brahma Samhita is not outside of Vedas. It is a part of Vedas. So you might asking me, see, you are telling about Brahma Samhita. Is it been in Vedas? Some Pandit scholars may ask me. See, I follow Vedas. There are people who are following Vedas. Very nice, appreciated. But my dear sir, this is in Vedas. My honorable Guruji, my respectful Guruji, this is in Vedas. This has been told in Vedas. This has been told even prior to the creation of this world. This has been told even prior to the Bhagavatam. This has been told prior to the Athra Puranas. This has been told in Vedas to Brahma ji. So Samhita is not something from outside. It is the part of Vedas. We will go ahead. This section is actually also from Pancharatra. How it came to us. Brahmaji said, okay, Brahma Samhita was formed. Okay. Now we will try to understand how it came to us. This is actually from the section from Pancharatra. This is the 5th chapter out of 100 chapters of are surviving. We will try to understand in more detail. When Brahma Samhita was evolved, everything is evolved. From the mouth of Brahmaji, he spoke what is in his heart. See, the Vedas were in his heart, not in mind or intelligence. Vedas were in his heart. So whatever he spoke is from the heart. And from the heart, a man will not say lies. A God will not say lies. A man may, but a God will never say lies. A God will never say something speculated. He will say only the facts. Brahmaji told to Dharma. Dharma means religious rituals. That is called as Dharma. Religious laws are called as Dharma. Dharma is personified. धर्म कर्म हम जिसे कहते हैं, धर्म से काम करना चाहिए वो हम जिसे कहते हैं, that is Dharma. Dharma is personified. Then his son Narayana Rishi, sage Narayana Rishi, he is Dharma's son. Says Narayana Rishi to Narada, the jewel of all sages. It was said to Sri Narada. Sri Narayana revealed this Samhita in 5 consecutive nights to gem sage Narada, so Pancharatra. Sage Narayana Rishi revealed this text for 5 consecutive nights. Sage Narayana Rishi revealed this Samhita in 5 consecutive nights. 5 consecutive nights to the gem sage Narada. You must be knowing Narad Rishi. Narayana, Narayana, he kept chanting. Sage Narayana revealed this Samhita in the 5 consecutive nights to gem sage Narada. So it is called as Pancharatra. Sri Narada gave this to sage Vyas Rishi, Vyasa. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa is full name. Who is the author of all the Puranas? Who is the author of the great epic Srimad Bhagavatam? Who is the author of the Saptasati of goddess Durga? That Sri Vyas Rishi. Rishi means sage. The sage Sri Vyasa or Sri Vyas Maharishi Vyas Rishi. That Vyas Rishi has put forward to us. In this material world, major texts, verses, slokas, Puranas, Upanishads, major of them are written by Sri Maharishi Vyas. and we follow that. Any puja, any austerity, any ceremony, spiritual ceremony, any religious ceremony, any ritual ceremony, any rituals if you do, any vratas you do, they are written in some books. And when you try to find out the author of the book, for major books, sage Vyasa. The king of all Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam, sage Vyasa. So the God of Word is explained to us by sage Vyasa Rishi. The Word of God is explained to us by sage Vyasa Rishi. Later, before 500 years, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is called as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He found out these verses, these 100 chapters of Pancharatra in the south. I will tell you the exact place. Accumulated it from a temple of Adi Kesava of Perumal of Mahavishnu. The exact place is a temple of Adi Kesava of Perumal. The temple is of Mahavishnu. From that temple, he has found the 5th chapter. Because after saying to Narada, it was lost. Vyas Rishi has written this text, but it was lost. But just 500 years before, Lord Chaitanya got this. He accumulated this from that temple. But only he was able to accumulate the 5th chapter of that. And that 5th chapter is the Brahma Samhita. So, wow, 2-3 things. Before we end this lecture, we came to know that Brahmaji has said this, has chanted this before the creation of this universe. Brahmaji has the authority, he is knowing all the Vedas. When he came to know about all the Vedas, all the Vedic knowledge, he came to know about the origin, Lord Krishna. He came to know about the controller, Lord Krishna. Brahma Samhita is part of Vedas. Vedas have been divided into 4 types. First type is Samhita. This Samhita has been said from different sources to Narad Rishi, from Narada to Vyas Rishi. And this Vyas Rishi is the author of Brahma Samhita, who is also the author of Bhagavatam. We have tried to understand these points. Believe me, I will not allow you to learn something wrong or to learn from a wrong person. No. Brahmaji is not a friend of mine who is laying neighborhood and he told me something. No. He is God. He is the creator of this universe. He is having the highest knowledge. Because that knowledge is given to him by Krishna. The Vedas were evolved in his heart. Try to understand when the Vedas was evolved in his heart, then only he came to know that main God or the authorized God or the highest authority is Lord Krishna, the root of everything. And that is what he has written in the verse, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Rest in the next lecture. Hare Krishna.